Boys?
Oh. Wait, can we move some of this?
Welcome to EP Hot Ones, the show that's a blatant ripoff of a brilliant internet show. I'm your host, Wes Marshall,
Wes,
and...
you're not here anymore. You're not doing the show anymore.
I'm not?
No.
Oh, okay. Are you doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck. I'm hot.
Okay. Fix the cameras for me, please. Nah, actually, fix the cameras.
Yes.
So. Okay, well, this is EP Hot Ones. I, Reilly, am here with Aaron Davis, teacher of Principles Engineering, Introduction to Engineering and Design, Materials and Processing 1 and 2, Civil Engineering, and then along with a class planned for next year. Am I correct?
Yes.
That's really exciting. Alrighty, from a scale from 1 to 10, how do you rank yourself with handling hot foods?
Ooh, like a 6, maybe?
I'm like a 3.
Well,
So
we'll see.
this is going to be quite the adventure for both of us.
Let's just we jump in.
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright.
Are you doing Mr. Booker's method?
I'm not. I just always pull one bone out and then,
And then you just
go
go
for
in?
gold.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad at all.
Easy.
What's your go-to coffee order?
Oh, okay. Love it. If it's this time of year, it's gonna be a pumpkin spice latte. I love it. You know, a latte, maybe a little flavoring, depending on how excited I am about it.
What about normal?
No, pretty much iced latte. You know, you said go-to. Iced latte.
Alrighty. If you had to pick one animal as your spirit animal, what do you think it would be?
That's a good question. A puppy? A wolf, maybe? I don't know.
Why do you say that?
Energetic, always happy, just easily distracted.
That's pretty smart. I think a squirrel would fit too. Like a squirrel puppy.
Squirrel puppy, tail of a squirrel, body of a puppy. There we go.
So it's correct to my knowledge that you came to East Penn right after graduating at Millersville?
2017 was my first year.
Oh, my freshman year.
Yes.
Wow, that's so cool. We came together.
Yep, we started, and that's kind of why it's so fun for this junior class, because we've gotten to kind of go through the same progressive stages together.
Absolutely. Alright, are you ready for the next one?
The next wing?
Yes.
So we don't eat the whole wing? Is
You
that
can
like,
if you absolutely want to, but I wasn't planning on it. Mine are not really wings per se.
Yeah. Cheers.
This one's good.
Mm.
I like this one.
That is good.
It's to my understanding that you lived in Africa for a few months.
South Africa, yeah.
So how was that?
It was great. I lived in Stellenbosch, which is just outside of Cape Town in the Western Cape, and studied at the Maltese Referees Academy.
So was
6
it
months.
like a study abroad program? Or?
There is a scholarship through USA Rugby for referees to go to South Africa and study for 6 months. Beginning of my 4th year, and I had a game in Leesburg, Virginia, and I contacted one of the USA higher-ups and was like, I want to go do this.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, great, fill out the paperwork, you know, kind of all that. And they saw me do a game, and they're like, what would you do if you didn't go on the trip? And I'm like, oh, I'd go to college. And they're like, perfect. We'll work on the arrangements. A week later, they're like, you have to go to the South African consulate and get all your paperwork filled out. And I'm like, for what? They're like, well, you're going on your own for 6 months. I'm like, that worked quick.
Where even is the South African consulate?
So the closest one was in DC.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I had to make 8 trips because it was either, I had to get my fingerprints taken and submitted for FBI background checks. I had to apply and get interviewed for the visa. I had to prove I wasn't going to earn money while I was there. So it was a big process.
Oh, wow.
And it was a lot of like, oh, you got this done today, wait for it to process, it'll come back tomorrow. So and it was a headache. But courses ended, I guess, 2nd week of December. And then I was on a plane 2nd week of January. So really quick turnaround. And then I got back July 2nd,
Awesome.
16.
And then you speak Afrikaans?
Yeah, so there's 11 official languages in
Uh-huh.
South Africa. Afrikaans was the local language
Okay.
for the people.
Could you give us a little taste?
The easiest line is Manom est Erin.
My name is Aaron.
Yeah, my name is Aaron. it's a mix between Dutch and English.
Yeah.
Ik leerde in Scheidsrecht Academia 6 months.
So does that mean that you're there for 6 months to study?
Leer is study, so
Mm-hmm.
I studied at the South African Referees Academy for 6 months.
Oh. When did you figure out that you wanted to be a teacher?
This is a super sappy one. I love this. Junior year of high school, I took a woodworking course with Mr. Weaver, and he really got my interest in it. He was a super fun, energetic teacher. Just made even the most boring things were great. And I kind of went through a couple of weeks, and I was like, this is fun. How do I do this every day? And he set me up with a shadowing opportunity to kind of see like carpenters. And then he was like, can you kind of see what tech ed teachers do? So I kind of got a feel for what I wanted. And then I took my senior year, I built up the math and science credits. So I took 6 tech ed classes in one day.
Are you for real?
Yeah. So we had a 9-period day.
Yeah.
I had 6 tech ed classes, my English, my history, and an optional science course, anatomy and physiology. How bad's this one?
No, not at all.
Are you sure?
My team told me it tastes like chicken, so
Well, they are chicken wings.
not mine. That's unknown substance wings.
No, that's not bad.
It's like sweet.
Yeah, garlic.
No, I don't think it's saucy because I'm not really tasting any sauce. I
Oh.
taste it, but it's not like a lot. That is really good, actually.
It is, like... I think I'll just buy more of that for later.
What's your African one?
I know. So do you want to hear a joke?
Sure.
What's red and smelly?
paint?
Rudolph's nose. Rudolph's nose.
You're suddenly famous. How did this happen?
In what regard?
You're famous. How did it happen?
Just happens. I don't know. How does anything happen? I don't know.
Are you sure you're not famous from your rugby signing? Your autographs? Do you want to tell that story?
Sure. So... Alright,
Just to
let's
clarify beforehand, there is a guy named Aaron Davis, which is, yes, the exact same name as him,
Yeah.
who was involved in a doping scandal. And he also plays rugby.
So this was prior to the doping scandal. I'd like to preface it by saying that. So the United States, USA Rugby, started a MLR and professional team, Major League Rugby. One of the players' name is Aaron Davis. So we have a national summit every year. It was placed in Baltimore, which would have been January 17, so right before I graduated from college. And I go and I get signed in, and we all have our lanyards with our name tags, and we're rocking it. You know, you're wearing your USA polo, you're
Sounds familiar.
doing great. And like ISTE, like the ISTE.
Yeah,
competition.
like ISTE, that's what I was thinking of.
And one of the photographers, she's a great lady, her name's Colleen, she's out of the Virginia area. She comes up to me, she goes, Aaron, I got photos from you and it was somewhere I had never reffed before or played before, and I'm just like, that's great, thinking that there was just a miscommunication, not trying to be rude. I was like, yeah, sure. She's like, that's great, can I get your photo? And I'm there with my buddy Gavin, who I've known forever.
Poor Gavin.
And we get a photo, and then somebody comes up and they're like, you're Aaron Davis. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes. They're like, can I have your autograph? I'm like, for what? Like, I'm a referee. Nobody, you're not jumping for joy, like, name a referee. Or like, oh, maybe Ed Hockabee. But, you know, that's the only American referee I know. Then we can talk about the rugby referee, whatever. So, like, it kind of, like, started with this one person wanting an autograph. I'm like, sure. So I signed it. And then later on, a couple other people were like, and finally, it's like 5 people later, I'm like, guys, what are you doing? They're like, you're the player. I'm like, absolutely not. Like, we don't even look alike. Like, if you look a photo of us up, we have the same haircut.
Aaron Spike Davis.
Aaron Spike Davis. We have the same haircut.
Yeah.
Brown eyes. And, I mean, he's a monster.
He looks,
he's a big
I've
dude.
looked up photos of him. He looks like really hardcore.
Oh my god. I'm the soft version. He is jacked and a scary, just absolute unit.
Absolutely. My wing just looks kind of dry.
Mine does too.
So do you want to sauce it up a little?
You go ahead, sauce yours. I'll sauce mine.
Oh.
Shake it up. Shake it up.
Should we put the sauce side down on our tongue?
That sounds horrible. Okay. Ready?
Go. Cranberry and ghost pepper. With spice, I get like, my body gets hot.
Mm-hmm.
And I start sweating.
Don't breathe.
No. Oh.
Don't breathe.
Along with reffing, you're also the coach of a rugby team, I understand?
I coached for Millersville in the spring of 2014 and the fall of 2015, which really kind of let me get the taste of coaching, understanding it was a lot harder than I thought it was.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the same satisfaction. So that's what led me into reffing full time.
Okay. So you just kind of were like, this isn't really fitting for me?
Right. So the thing with rugby, if you don't start, obviously, like, what?
My tongue hurts.
Ugh. So anyway, yeah, it doesn't feel good to talk.
Mm-mm.
I started when I was 12 with CV Youth Rugby, and I went through high school, so I had 6 or 7 years of experience before I got to college, which when you get to college, if you're like a football player and you don't make the football team, you know, a lot of people go play rugby or they'll kind of find their niche, and you realize you only have about 4 years of experience with your seniors, and that's capped out.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of the basics, the beginning experience, and I kind of brought in and I said, you know, coach, great guy, his name's Red. He's like, I'm hurt. He's like, that sucks. Really short to the point. It was great.
Did you hurt your knee while playing rugby, or was that?
Yes.
Okay.
Both were through rugby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how exactly does rugby work? Could you give us a little bit of a lesson?
Absolutely. Boys. All right. And I'll draw it so we kind of have the field going what they call north-south, 10 and 120 meters long. Say like 22 meters. Our in goals, we then have our 5 meter line, which is 5 meters after a 5 meter line.
Yeah.
A lot of that rucking, scrumming, and mauling.
Is that like beating each other up to get the ball?
Yes, it's beating. You have 7 substitutions.
Yeah.
Traditionally, those are your power positions. They're going to be your flankers, your front row.
Thank you.
Perfect. That's only the surface. I didn't even break into the other rules.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna give it your choice on this one. Do you want to put more sauce on it, or do you think?
Yeah, they're looking dry.
Alright.
We gotta step it up.
Alrighty. I think. Oh, I'm gonna spread it around with my finger.
Ooh, Nelly.
Should I lick it off my finger?
How's it smell?
It smells good.
Okay.
I'll lick it. Wait, hold on.
No, don't. I don't want to know. How is it? That good, huh?
Yeah, pain
Cheers.
is good. Cheers.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Great.
This one tastes really good.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to like the other ones.
Hey, I got my chapstick in. Have you seen my chapstick?
No. Have you seen his chopstick?
No, here it is. Will you pay for my train ride
No.
back?
Ah, okay. My mouth hurts really bad. What was your most embarrassing high school moment?
Oh my god, there's so many to pick from.
This hurts really bad.
We got a couple. I would say So I'll give you two. The first one, we were in an engineering course my senior year, and our first design challenge was a boomerang competition.
Yeah.
The boomerang competition, one of the criteria was you can catch the boomerang, or if it lands within reaching distance of you, you got like a crazy amount of extra credit. So I'm like, all right, this is great. I'm gonna make it happen. And everybody went with the stereotypical like 2-wing boomerang. I went with four blades.
Like a
like a giant plus sign. It didn't work well. So when I hear it, and we also had to like look at different techniques.
Yeah.
So I realized if I throw it kind of like a open hand, it would fly the straightest for the longest amount of time. But then out of nowhere, it would just skyrocket and then drop right down. So nothing in the rules said you couldn't move to where it landed.
Mm-hmm.
So me and a buddy, we were really tight in the class. We were like, all right, we're gonna get it closer to us. And I'm like, all right. So we got like our video crew doing video and stuff. Like CV had a video group.
Yeah.
And we go out to soccer fields. I throw it, and immediately I'm just head down booking it. I'm like, I know it's gonna land way over there. And it's like second period. It's dewy, it's wet, it's cold. I think it's the beginning of October.
Mm-hmm.
And I pick my head up to see where it's landing, and my feet go out from under me. And I'm like, it's coming down, and I eat it in a pile of mud. And the boomerang lands right next to me, and I just slide.
Really?
Yeah. So all I had to change into was my rugby clothes. So I'm wearing like my rugby shorts all day. And everybody's like, you look like you just fell in mud. I'm like, I did.
I'm in pain. My like whole like, it hurts here.
It just hurts here.
Really? I'm having pain here, but not on my nose. What's the best concert you've ever been to? I mean, I think we know by this point your taste in music is pretty
country.
solid.
Pretty country.
Pretty country.
So my first ever concert was Blue Man Group.
Oh.
Yeah. So I won tickets on like Wink 104. It was like a morning call-in. My mom was a nurse at Cumberland Perry Votech at the time. So she's driving my brother and I in, and she's like, this would be fun. I expressed my interest in like percussion, so I started like the snare drum in elementary school.
Oh.
And they were playing in Hershey. And I won front row tickets to Blue Man Group. And yeah, like I didn't realize you need a poncho because they cover you in paint. So I'm just covered in paint at the time of my life. That was great.
So it was your first and best concert?
I don't know. I always think like the first one is always the best. Like the second concert, like I know what to expect.
Yeah.
My second one though was, I think Brad Paisley. Yeah, so that's where the country started. And then it just kept going.
What was the age gap in between those?
Oh, it was like a good 4 years. I was like 13 and then like 17 for my next one. And then like Kid Cudi, and then I saw a Kid Cudi concert at Penn State. That was good.
I did not expect that from you. So, as you can see, we've done 5 sauces, but we have another question planned. You might be asking, Reilly, how's that gonna work out? I got you, fam. Don't worry about it. So we actually got our last sauce from Aruga's. It is called the Ghostface Killer Sauce, and we're going to be using that today on our last wing. And we didn't pre-sauce them, so we're just going to sauce them ourselves right now while we're here. You ready?
No.
Me neither.
Alright.
Can we get the next sauce in here? Our Aruga sauce, please.
I missed my train because of you.
Well, that sucks.
You better reimburse me.
Okay. So this one we're going to be saucing by ourselves. Are you ready?
Totally.
Do you want to eat the whole thing? Because this is our last one.
Don't
the
we
last
have to?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, they said we do.
Just like get that jarn right in there. Oh, I dropped mine.
You know I hate that word.
Yeah, you hate the word jarn.
Is this enough? Like, is this enough, guys? Do we
Is
need
this
more?
what you want?
I don't like the laughter that's coming.
Alright, ready? Cheers.
No. Is it too late to back out?
3, 2,
Cheers.
1. very salty.
No. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
I like it though. So, I think the first question I have for you is, what's in that bag?
Okay, so we ended up.
That's pretty bad.
I told you. Fall semester, my first class, it was Biorelated Technologies 140 with Dr. Brusek. And we had to create our own hydroponic system.
Was this high school or?
College. So, fall semester, you had to end up engineering and creating your own hydroponics, and we grew. One group tried to poison everybody, and their project went horribly awry. Aquaponics, not hydroponics. Sorry.
Yeah.
You had to maintain your garden over the course of the 16 weeks, and then at the end we had like a giant salad party. Like, yeah, I know, right?
Who's hungry?
So that was the lettuce that me and Connor, Ronan.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know. You don't know? Oh, Connor. So Connor and I worked together on it. He's teaching tech ed in Jersey now.
So it's to my understanding that you're now co-teaching a class with Mr. Todd?
Dave Todd and I, yep.
My man.
Yeah, Principles of Engineering. It's great.
And now you guys are best buddies, right?
We are. We go golfing together.
You do?
Oh yeah, we went golfing.
I didn't know.
Yeah. So we got together when I first started teaching here. Mr. Todd and I built a catapult to work on rotational movement and projectile motion. Super fun. And I met his son Cam there. And Matt. And kind of friendship blossomed.
That's so cute. What's your favorite movie?
Ooh, okay, so...
I know you have a thing for like the Lord of the Rings series. Like that has a
Alright,
special place
I
in your
retract
heart.
my previous statement. So, I'll go back to Africa, and I lived, it was my senior year in college. For 2 years, I was living in an apartment, had my own room.
Yeah.
And then I go to South Africa, and Fernando and I are in like this tiny dorm room again. And we ended up, I had my laptop, and like most millennials were like, yeah, we like to fall asleep to watching Netflix or whatever. Well, internet was very expensive. It was, for 1 gigabyte of data, it was about $15.
Oh my gosh.
And that was just 1 gig, so use it, you're done. So we went off to like this little knockoff movie shop at the mall, and I bought The Return of the King, and just because I wanted something that I knew, like I didn't want to buy a new movie and be like, this is horrible, and so I would watch that, and I had like all the episodes of How I Met Your Mother.
Oh man.
And Fergie was giving me such a hard time. He's like, all you watch is Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, let's go get new movies. He's like, how funny would it be if we found The Hobbits on DVD? So we found all 3 of The Hobbits on DVD for, it equivalated to like $8.60, like $8.60, all 3, Blu-ray, DVD. So we were there, and we went to a lion sanctuary, and they were kind of explaining, because Fernando was from Mexico, I was from the United States.
Yeah.
And there was 5 referees, and then Marius and Hendrik. And they were talking like they raise the lions for people that pay really good money to go on these hunting adventures, which really sad because, you know, they didn't keep them safe. They sold them to a hunting range.
Lion
people,
prison.
yeah. Well, they let them open on a field, but they
pretended like
they drug them, so they make them slower so people could hunt them. So we learned that, but like baby Simba, yeah. So baby Simba. Don't
tell me who got sent there.
No, baby Simba was. No.
Baby Simba's a baby lion, by the way.
Baby lion. So we had 2 of them. I named mine Simba, and then Peter had the other one. Fergie just didn't want to play with lions, I guess. And like we're all there, and there was a pen of bunnies, like big white bunnies, but the pen opened up because one of the guys wanted to play with the bunnies. So there are bunnies running everywhere, and then Peter got scared and put his lion cub down, and the trick is you gotta hold like their paws
so they don't.
Not like they didn't scratch,
Yeah.
like they were real young, but like you just kind of pinch their like don't pinch, but like hold their hands together so they don't squirm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was holding Simba. Simba was just chilling. Yeah, I was just holding Simba. I'm just rocking with him. And Peter lets his down, and the bunnies all start goofing around with the other lion, like jumping and riding the other baby lion cub. It was hilarious. It was a good time. We also got into a cage with some cheetahs.
Oh.
Which was super sketchy. They threw what they called springbuck.
Like a meat?
Blitzbuck. It's a type of deer,
Uh-huh.
and like they threw one of their legs because it was dead.
Like
it was
the
for
entire
food.
leg?
Oh yeah, it was like a 4-foot leg, like just a giant chicken wing, and just threw it in. And there's one for each of them, and they go, never turn your back to it, even if they're feeding. Now the problem is there's like 2 over there, there's one over there, the gate's over there,
you're,
the
like, in the
guy's
corner.
talking from over there.
Yeah, and you're like in
And-
the corner.
Yeah, Bessie and I are just chilling, and we're looking over there.
Yeah.
Like, I got that one.
Well, you watch that.
And our friend Kat, who showed up later, she goes, there's too much. And I'm like, Bessie, take a selfie. And the selfie, all you see is the one just look up and looking at us and looking. And then we turn around, and the guy goes, the trick is not to be the slowest one. Just back up. And we're like, who
Sir.
paid us to go into this cage? So that
Did
was,
you have to pay to get into the cage?
No.
Okay, good.
like, we should have.
We should've.
It was a great time.
So we made it this far. Now we're on to our last and final question of the day. Okay, we're out of wings. So, but I want to do something before our last question. Can someone bring in something for us to put hot sauce on?
Have fun.
Alrighty. Go ahead. This is gonna be the grossest thing I think I've ever done.
What do you think? Like, should I just open it, lick, dunk? What should we do?
Oh my gosh, we could put it on the inside.
Go for it like it's a chip
What?
and you're just
We're gonna do pain is good.
Open
Do you
it.
want to
Oh,
like
we're
open
doing
it
pain
up?
is
Do you
good?
want to open it up and put it on the inside?
Like a sandwich.
Oh
Yeah.
boy!
All right,
Toppings.
open your Oreo.
Oh, that was horrible. Can I
Mine
get
was
a
good.
do-over?
Yeah.
It looks so bad. Oh, it's like I've never been a kid before.
Take this one.
Thanks.
Wow. You already got one.
Wow.
Satisfying. I shouldn't. Forget.
No, it's mine.
Okay, ready?
It's like a Reese's
This
cup.
is
I
so
can't.
disgusting.
Oh my! Who came up with this? Who said Reese's, by the way?
You did.
No, I didn't.
Reese's.
Or
Oreos.
Oreos. Who said to put it on Oreos?
I did.
Ah,
Do you want to put it on this side or the cookie side?
surprise me.
We'll put it on the icing side. How much do you think?
Till it's oozing.
That's disgusting. That's good.
You either go big or go home,
You
and
wanna go
soon
big or
we'll be
go
going home.
Let's just.
I'll have 911 on hold.
No, not necessarily that. Is this
Oh,
enough? Like,
Yes,
are we
it's
okay?
fine.
One bite.
Just know I do this for you kids.
I don't know who
Yeah.
I'm doing this for.
The likes.
Mr. Hanson.
This is
Look.
for handsome. He
Nom nom
wants.
nom 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 nom.
I don't think he wants that. Are we eating the whole Oreo?
Yeah. If I bite into with how gooey it is, it's like gonna squirt out, and I'm gonna.
I don't want to throw up.
Neither do I. But you said to do an Oreo.
Okay. Ready?
No. Just give me a second. Somebody hype me up. Somebody
did
say.
it! Yes!
No 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 no.
Rugby game.
Okay, great. I pooped it all. That's disgusting.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
Wait,
it is.
this is kind of good. This is not bad.
It tastes disgusting.
It doesn't taste like anything to me.
So we went to Sheets once. You'll love this. And even got a pumpkin milkshake.
Mm-hmm. Amy's his wife, by the way.
Amy's my wife, yeah.
Freshly married. September.
So she sees, like, if you ever go to Sheets and you do, like, the MTO milkshakes,
Uh-huh. No, yeah.
you can
Yeah.
add peanut butter to them. Yeah, no. You know?
No, yeah.
Yeah. Nia.
Yeah, no. Did you know
Nia.
that's a Pennsylvania thing to go
Yeah.
like, yeah, no?
Yeah. It's also, so like, in other countries they'll be like, yeah, no. Or, yeah, Nia. Like, yes,
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
Go ahead.
When she saw the peanut butter and thought it was like peanut butter whipped cream. Here they mixed the peanut butter
Yeah.
inside of it. So she had like a peanut butter pumpkin milkshake.
Oh.
And she's like, this is the best thing ever. And I'm like, this is absolutely horrible. She's like, do you want some? I'm like, I'll try. I have, this half of my mouth tastes like Oreo cream filled, and this half tastes like fire sauce. And they're
This
mixing.
tastes like Oreo, this tastes like fire.
It's not
gross.
mixing well. Like that, ew.
What's the best advice you've ever received?
The advice I was given was just listen to those around you. And if somebody's speaking from a genuine place and they're really trying to help you, listen to what they have to say and treat it like that.
Aaron.
Aaron Davis.
Alrighty, so we have 3 cameras here. That's the end of our interviewing. Do you have anything you'd like to plug? Go right ahead. Anything you want to hype the people up about?
So I guess the biggest type is engineering. So we have 3 classes. Rumor on the street is they're all going to be honors next year. Not too sure. It's great. You have a lot of fun there all year. You can get college credits for them. You can do fun stuff.
Take those PLTW exams.
Take those PLT dubs. Take the EOC.
Oh, PLT dubs. I like
PLT
that.
dubs. Anyway, and we have a good time.
We do.
Yeah,
We
a
do
lot
have
of
a good
fun. Normally it's Country Music Friday, so if it's a working period, I throw some country music on Fridays.
Nice.
I try to mix it up during the week though. So if you're into your hip hop or your modern SoundCloud rappers, I'll get them worked in.
He'll get it in. He'll get your little pump in, your daily dose. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As you know, I work very hard on these projects, and it means a ton to me when you guys just give me feedback and tell me how you liked them. And yes, I am continuing this from Wes, and that means the world to me. And I'd like to give a shout out to Nick, who decided to drive down from Bucknell today, and then also drive back today with a car that's not even his. And I'd also like to shout out Wes, who's currently home from Temple, who's back to help us as well. So thanks all so much to our production team as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you, guys.
Drop a like.